Championship, day 2 of competition. We've got 4 games on tap today. As you see our daily schedule there, we will be tipping off with Costa Rica and Bahamas in just a few minutes. I'm Craig Feda alongside Lewis Shine. And Lewis, both of these teams come into this game looking for their first win in group play. Both teams did some good things yesterday. They were just unable to close the deal against opponents that really kind of had them outgunned. But Costa Rica, in their loss yesterday to Dominican Republic, 80-58, they got close on a couple of different occasions. They just couldn't catch up. They did some good things behind Isaac Conejo and Carlos Quesada. Bahamas, on the other hand, they fell yesterday to Virgin Islands 82-74 in the closest game of the day. Bahamas, they were led by DeAndre Ayton, the 17-year-old youngster. He had a double-double, and it looked like it took him a little while to kind of get his sea legs under him. But once the second half started, he was really a force for Bahamas.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing DeAndre Ayton today. Like you said, the first half, coach was taking him in and out. Seems like he was getting a little used to the style of play, the fast-paced game. But the second half, coach left him in for a very long time. I think he only came out maybe one time and came in, got that double-double. And so I think he's used to things now, and I'm looking for a big game from him today.
16 points and 11 rebounds for Ayton yesterday. Led his team on both categories. Meanwhile, for Costa Rica,
vamos a conocer las plantillas.
They were led by Marcos Castrillo. He had 15 points. Carlos Quesada had 13. Their leading rebounder was also Marcos Castrillo. He had 6 boards. But both of these teams today need to take a little bit better care of the ball than they did yesterday as well. Both teams had lots of turnovers yesterday. 21 for Costa Rica, 23 for Bahamas. And really, that's kind of what doomed both teams in their efforts to stay close and complete comebacks.
Yeah, those turnovers are definitely key. Also, one of the things that we really saw a big deal on yesterday was offensive rebounds. The teams that won yesterday really had an edge as far as rebounding, and especially the second chance shots that they were getting against the teams that they beat. So today we're really going to be taking a look at that and seeing how that affects our gameplay.
Costa Rica out-rebounded 50-30 overall, 15-7 on the offensive glass. Bahamas actually out-rebounded their opponent yesterday, Virgin Islands, 56-42, including a 22-10 advantage on the offensive glass. And usually when you have that kind of rebounding disparity, the team that is that much farther ahead is going to win that game. But they had enough turnovers and didn't shoot the ball well enough from the outside that they were not able to take down Virgin Islands. Bahamas just 4 of 20 from three-point land yesterday. Teams being introduced on the court. We are moments away from the national anthems. Glad you can be with us wherever you're tuned in from around the Americas and around the world. Time now for the national anthem of the visiting team in this game, Costa Rica.
Ahora escuchamos las
And
notas
now the
del himno
national
nacional
anthem
de
for the
Bahamas.
designated home team in this game, Bahamas. Good afternoon once again from Roberto Duran Arena in Panama City. It's the 2016 Centrobasket Championship, second day of group play. Our first contest of the day between Bahamas and Costa Rica. Alongside Louis Shine, I'm Craig Feda. 4 games on tap today. Coming up at 3 o'clock, Antigua and Nicaragua. Then at 5:45 local time, Mexico makes its tournament debut. They will take on Virgin Islands. And then at 8 o'clock, host nation Panama in action again. They will take on Puerto Rico, seeing its first action in this tournament. There you get a look at our officials for today's game. Jose Anibal Carrion from Puerto Rico, Alan Mercado from Nicaragua, and Rodrigo Maija from Colombia. Our FIBA commissioner for today's game, Fatima da Silva from Brazil. Let's get a look at the full lineup for Team Costa Rica, coached by Joshua Erickson. Costa Rica, as we said in the open, fell yesterday to Dominican Republic by the score of 80-58. They had some players with some pretty good individual efforts. Isaac Conejo, Daniel Simmons, Carlos Quesada, and Marcos Castrillo had some pretty good individual games. They will need some help, however, from some other guns if they're going to take down the athletic team from Bahamas today. There you get a look at the starting lineup for Costa Rica. At guard, Isaac Conejo and Kay Martinez. The forwards, Daniel Simmons and Jeffney Anderson. And the center, Carlos Quesada. Actually, Anderson listed as a center as well. And now the look at the full roster for the Bahamas, coached by Mario Bolek, one of the more entertaining coaches to watch as he works the sidelines. Bahamas yesterday fell to Virgin Islands 82-74. DeAndre Ayton and Kentuan Smith led Bahamas yesterday. Both of those players in the starting lineup today. Taryn Cox and Abel Joseph, the guards. Kentuan Smith at forward, and twin centers in DeAndre Ayton and Jerron Burroughs. DeAndre Ayton, as we talked about, just 17 years old at 6'11". Heralded as, if not the best, one of the best basketball prospects on planet Earth at just 17 years old. As of April, he was only being recruited by one college. It's the University of Kansas. But I'm sure after he gets a little bit more film and plays against some better competition than he saw in high school, there's going to be lots of people knocking on his door. Kind of like you, Lewis Shine, when you were coming out of Lima, Ohio. Offers from UCLA and Kentucky and Kansas and North Carolina.
Oh man, I only wish I had some of those offers. I did get some big time letters, but we know how letters can be.
Sure.
When it's time to sign the letter of intent, that's the letter you want.
Right.
So, definitely I'm excited for Mr. Ayton, as he continues to do what he does and go through his senior year. I believe there's going to be a lot of people knocking on his door, given, the title that he's been given in terms of the #1 world recruit.
And yesterday, even though he did get off to the slow start, I think he only had 2 points in the first half. He looked like he belonged out there. He didn't seem like he was uncomfortable or overmatched. I think he maybe just had to pick up the speed of the game a little bit more, feel a little bit more comfortable with the style of international play. And once he did that, he was really able to flourish in that second half.
Yeah, it seems like he, once he got the hang of things, the whole game, he let the game come to him, so he really didn't rush things. The only problem I saw that his shot was flat a little bit.
Right, yeah, we did
shots.
notice that.
But for most of the game, especially the second half, he let things come to him. There was ISOs. He passed the ball, got it right back, was in position to shoot the shot, whether that's at the elbow. He had a few really nice hook shots there in the second half as well. So as far as IQ, I can see, as we seen yesterday, he definitely has a mind for the game, even at a young age. So it's going to be interesting to see him and how he plays today.
Teams getting their final instructions from their coaches and heading onto the courts. Bahamas decked out in their home bright yellow uniforms. I don't know if you call that canary yellow or what, but no problem seeing Bahamas on the court today. Canary yellow, trimmed out in black and teal. Costa Rica in red, trimmed out in navy and white. It's going to be Ayton. Jumping against Jeffney Anderson. DeAndre Ayton at 6'11", and Anderson at 6'9". Yeah, they've already got the game clock running. Had to get that reset back to 10 minutes. And now we're ready to go. And FIBA Commissioner Fatima da Silva talking with both coaches. The time is not up on the video scoreboards, so the coaches and players are being made aware that they will have to use the clock mounted above the backboard, which is what they're probably using anyway, but just making sure that everybody's on the same page, and we are underway. Day 2 of play at the 2016 Centrobasket Championship Tournament. Alley-oop immediately. Bahamas unable to connect.
That's a very nice first play because a lot of coaches, try to capitalize on that first play of the game to get those points on the board. So that back door, I see that working somewhere later in the game.
Three-pointer airballed by K. Martinez, and here come the Bahamas again. Cox, cross-court pass, now the baseline drive. Ayton from 12 feet, and that's good.
There he is. He's starting off already.
Looked very comfortable with that shot, and Bahamas with a 2-0 lead. Jumper top of the key from Simmons, no good. Ayton with a rebound. Already got 2 and 1. Taryn Cox finding Burrows, back out to Ayton from 18, back iron. Kentuan Smith the rebound, and that gets tipped out of bounds by Isaac Conejo. It'll remain with Bahamas.
You can tell Ayton already has a heightened sense of for lack of better words, responsibility. He might have got that call from Pops last night to let him know, hey, relax, son, play your game.
Mom might have made that call as well.
Hey, moms can really be on it in terms of sports with their kids, so you might be right.
The drive by Simmons puts up the three-pointer. No good. Ayton another rebound. Joseph behind the back and then kicks it out into the corner. Ayton from 17. There's that flat shot again. Looks like maybe if he got a little bit more arch on that, he'd get some of those shooters' rolls.
That's something as, especially with the recognition he's getting now to become a great, those are shots that he has to take thousands of.
And he swats that layup attempt by Conejo out of bounds. Conejo had him beat, but Ayton knew he had the reach. He just waited for Conejo to go up, and he swatted that out of the air.
Tough shot to take on the 6'11" guy.
Three on the way from Simmons, no good. Another rebound for Ayton. Call him Mr. Windex. He's got 3 boards already. Three on the way. No, that's only a 2, but it was short. Kentuan Smith up off the glass and in.
I like this guy from yesterday. Really stretched out to the basket in the transition. Real long, a slasher. Looking at him today, too.
Daniel Simmons will sit down. Rohel Wilson will come on for Costa Rica. Kentuan Smith completes the and one, and it is 5-0 in favor of Bahamas. Now a steal. Joseph with the easy lay-in. And Joshua Erickson wants timeout. Another game starting off 7-0. Saw 3 of those yesterday. They all started off at least 7-0 before the opposing team got their first points. Bahamas on top early. This is the 2016 South American, or beg your pardon, getting ahead of myself again, 2016 Centrobasket Championship.
Bahamas 7, Costa Rica 0.
Okay, row in the middle, okay? I want you to be the 3 right now. You got to be behind the ball. Okay, so we have, if the ball's right here, all right?
Bahamas
you
7,
got to be on this
Costa
side, so we
Rica
got a guy as
0.
a trail, guy in the middle. Kai, you're up here. You got to be ready to come back. And then, Jeffy, you clear out to this other side. Okay? All right, now, in the half-court offense, we haven't even – Isaac's the only one who took it to the rim, and that was on the play where we just stand around and watch. Okay? Drive and then move it. He's a good shot blocker. He's big. Okay? So we got to drive, and then we got to get more cutting. Okay? First time here, run wing. Get the ball moving. Okay? Get the ball moving and attack. We can't come out here and shoot a jumper every time.
Hey. Don't throw the ball laterally. Look up the court to make the pass. Right? Hey, let's go. Let's wake up. Wake the fuck up, man. Let's go. Come on. Let's go.
Hey, defense on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Defense.
Welcome back to Roberto Duran Arena. Bahamas on top 7-0 over Costa Rica.
Balón a favor de Bahamas.
Bahamas ball. The floater, and that's an offensive foul. It's going to be on Joseph.
De Costa Rica, falta ofensiva.
His first foul.
Score.
First foul
Bahamas 7,
in the
Costa
game.
Rica 0.
Quesada drives right side, has to shoot it up high over Ayton. Couldn't get it to go in.
Quesada had a fast start yesterday, so looking forward to seeing what he has to offer today. Yesterday he came out with 2 3-pointers and 2-pointer in the first 8 points of the game, so he looking to see what he does today.
And he really kept Costa Rica in it.
He had a lot of intangibles.
Yes.
As you can see, yesterday
played hard.
We called him the warrior. He was diving for balls and sacrificing his body in all kinds of ways.
Now Costa Rica foul. That's going to be on Jeffney Anderson. 3rd team foul.
Falta del número 15. Cambio para Costa Rica, ingresa el número 4, Rosic.
Now Anderson will sit down as Rosic comes on.
Número 10, Ayton. Anotación para el número 10, Ayton. Number 10, Ayton.
Second free throw, no good. Ball goes out of bounds. It will stay with Costa Rica. Score remains 7-0. 6:50 to play in this first quarter. Martinez. And that's going to be an offensive foul. Second foul on Martinez.
Falta ofensiva del número 12 de Costa Rica.
That was Taryn Cox drawing the charge.
Balón para Bahamas.
Cox between the rings. Gets it right side to Joseph. Now Ayton along the baseline. Shoots that jumper. Knocks it down.
There he is, Craig. Looks like the way they're gearing the offense today, they're going to him.
Ayton with the steal and then stolen back. But Conejo saves it inbounds to Joseph, and that leads to an easy bucket for Daniel Shedden. Beg your pardon, Jerron Burrows. Wrong number 11. 12-0 now in favor of Bahamas. Martinez misses the layup. Another rebound for Ayton. He's got 5 points and 4 rebounds with 5:45 to play in the first quarter. Smith for 3, short. Ayton blocked that shot flat-footed, Lewis.
Doesn't take a lot. With his hands straight up, he's almost 10 feet.
What I'm seeing out of Ayton in this game that I didn't see yesterday is, as you said in the open, some IQ, basketball IQ, some maturity. There were a couple of times, for instance, right there, he might have gone for that block and drawn a foul, but realizing his team is up 12-0, he didn't need to go for it.
Right.
Made a couple of other plays like that where he could have gone up. The last play that he blocked a shot flat-footed, he could have gone up and committed a foul. Instead, he stood straight up with his arms in the air and still got the block.
Yeah, he definitely has a mind for the game. We could see that here early. And like we mentioned earlier, the coach seems like he's really a little more comfortable with him. He's in the game longer than he was last game in the first quarter.
Yes, definitely. He played, I think, just under 23 minutes yesterday, most of that in the second half. Cox, pretty drive by Cox, and he gets the left-hand layup. 14-2 now.
Cox. Score, Bahamas 14, Costa Rica 2.
Rohel Wilson to his right.
There's another block.
I couldn't tell if he got a piece of it or not, but I'm assuming he did. The way that one came off the backboard. Now some mass substitutions for both teams. Nesbitt, Cadeau, and Carey on for Bahamas. Castrillo, Simmons, and Sanchez on for Costa Rica.
Thought Coach Keith was going to take Ayton out, but he kept him in. There's a night and day difference with the strategy from yesterday and today.
Yeah, it's like he saw his young buck in the second half could handle it, and he's turning him loose today. Now Carey goes up and lays it in with the right hand. Michael Carey notches his first points of the game.
Looks like he got away with a little NBA travel there, but he had a great finish.
Carey again. Cadeau now into the corner. Out to Nesbitt. 20-footer short. Rebounded underneath by Castrillo.
Although they missed that shot, Craig, I really like the ball movement of the Bahamas early on.
Yeah, they're not just dumping it into Ayton. Three-point attempt no good for Costa Rica. Costa Rica 0 for 4 from three-point range. Bahamas 0 for 6, and another lay-in. Ayton will go to the line for the and one. That foul is going to be on Rosic, his first.
The way this young guy is playing today, he may end up with about 25 to 30 points.
Timeout on the floor. We'll take it as well. 2:54 to play first quarter. Bahamas on top, 18-2. Back at the 2016 Centrobasket Championship, first game of day 2 of group play. It's an 18-2 lead, Bahamas over Costa Rica. Behind the youngster DeAndre Ayton. He's got 7 points and 4 rebounds. Abel Joseph has 5 assists already for Bahamas. Ayton cannot complete the three-point play. Simmons the rebound. A little bit of pressure now from Bahamas. Sanchez gets the play called between the rings. 10 on the shot clock. Gets it left side to Rohel Wilson, dumping it down back to Simmons. 5 to shoot. He's working on Cadeau. Up and under with the right hand. No good. Another rebound for Ayton.
Ayton is pushing a double-double already. 7 points, 5 rebounds.
In 8 minutes, 7:40. Outside jumper, almost got the assist on that play. And I believe that's going to be Rohel Wilson on the foul. It is. Now Ayton will get his first rest.
Well-deserved rest.
Travis
He put in
Munnings
work.
come on, he sure did. 7 points, 5 rebounds in the first 7 minutes and 20 seconds of play. So Nesbitt to the free throw line, trying to extend this 18-2 lead, and he does.
Punto para el número 12.
Nesbitt can't get the second to fall, so it remains 19-2. Now Umanya into the game for Costa Rica. He gets fouled. That's going to be on Leon Cooper, his first.
I'm wondering where the mindset here, while it's still in the first quarter, is of Coach Erickson. I mean, they have 2 points. They really don't have a go-to guy. So trying to figure out the strategy of what he might be thinking right now.
Costa Rica 2.
He's got to be a little perplexed. His team has really struggled out of the gate the last 2 games. That's got to be a little mystifying to him. Costa Rica has 1 basket in this first quarter, and that came at the 5:12 mark. Bahamas 8 of 12 from 2-point range. Costa Rica 1 of 9, 1 of 13 overall. Sanchez tries to get it inside. Nesbitt intercepts the pass. Cooper out to Nesbitt for 3. Bang! David Nesbitt hits from downtown. 22-2. And now a steal in the backcourt, a near steal. It goes off of Sanchez, and that'll be Bahamas ball.
David Nesbitt coming off the bench. Some firepower coming off the bench, and he stroked that 3 with all confidence.
Nesbitt started yesterday's game, so he may be coming off with a little fire in this one.
That's one of those situations where you have the mindset of a player where they can handle coming off the bench, or you might have a player that he's pretty mad that he's coming off the bench and wants to get his points.
Alonso Sanchez commits the foul. Leon Cooper will attempt the free throws. It's the first. Another big run for Bahamas, 11-0 on this run. Make that 12-0. Their first run was 12-0.
Marcador, Bahamas 24, Costa Rica 2.
Now some pressure in the backcourt and a foul committed there by Travis Munnings. Just the second team foul against Bahamas in this first quarter with 1:13 to play. Sanchez around the screen by Simmons, gives it up to Daniel Simmons now. Now out to Rohel Wilson. 1 minute to play first quarter. Wilson misses the jumper, and rebound Bahamas. Munnings with the putback, wouldn't go, but there for the tip-in is Jean Cadeau.
2 points.
It is all Bahamas.
That last play, Craig, those are basic basketball fundamental plays. Offensive rebound, they did not box out.
Now Simmons commits the foul after committing the turnover.
Falta para el número 8, Simmons.
When you get a team that's losing this big, this early, a lot of the times you may not have it to where the other team is just better than them. There's just fundamental things. As you can see on that offensive rebound there, there was nobody in red boxing out at all. They were just standing around watching.
Then Simmons, the bad fundamentals on the pass, committed the turnover, and then at least he prevented the layup, but he did commit his second foul. 30.2 to play in this first quarter. Bahamas leading Costa Rica 24-2. Make make it 25 on the free throw by Cooper. Cooper's got 3. A little more pressure in the backcourt by Bahamas. Castrillo gets it ahead to Simmons. Now Rohel Wilson. Castrillo baseline drive. Has his shot blocked by Nesbitt. 4th block of the game for Bahamas.
Balón a favor de Costa Rica.
I know Aiton's got at least 2. Castrillo, the floater in the lane, and that finds its way home. 25-4 now. Bahamas unable to get a shot off. Simmons from just outside half court, wide left. And the first quarter will end with Bahamas on top by the score of 25-4. This is the 2016 Centrobasket Championship, live from Roberto Duran Arena in Panama City.
Marcador, Bahamas 27, Costa Rica 4. Score, Bahamas 27, Costa Rica 4. Iniciamos el segundo periodo. Bahamas, Costa Rica. Balón para Costa Rica.
Back at Roberto Duran Arena in Panama City, 2016 Centrobasket Championship, day 2 of group play. Second quarter underway between Bahamas and Costa Rica. Bahamas ahead 27-4.
Balón a favor de Costa Rica.
Martinez on the drive, off the glass, won't fall in. Rebound tracked down in the corner by Munnings. Cadeau. Bounce pass to the post. Nesbitt's jumper won't fall in. And the rebound there by Marcos Castrillo. Simmons kicks it out to Quesada. Martinez has it back. 5 to shoot. Martinez launches the long 3. Rebound snared by Cadeau.
Usually on those long shots like that, you got to have people in position to rebound the basketball, and Costa Rica had no one.
Cadeau missed the shot, and then a foul called underneath by Cadeau, or rather on Cadeau, as he went for the rebound.
Falta ofensiva para el número 7 de Bahamas. Balón para Costa Rica.
First foul on Cadeau, first team foul. Simmons with 8 to shoot. Nice pass inside and a beautiful finish by Marcos Castrillo.
Marcador. Bahamas 27.
Nesbitt for 3.
Score.
Case out of the rebound.
27. Costa Rica 6.
Bahamas getting set with some substitutions, and inside is Daniel Simmons scoring again. I think they're going to get Nesbitt on the foul.
Anotación para el número 8, Simmons. Posible jugada de 3 puntos. A la línea de
First
tiro
foul
libre.
on Nesbitt.
And as you can see, the Bahamas, they had a short lineup in there, but now they're bringing their guns back in. And it's going to be a little harder for Simmons to get that kind of shot.
Ayton comes in along with Bain, Eugene Bain, seeing his first action. Joseph comes back, as does Taryn Cox. Deshaun Taylor in for the first time for Bahamas. Conejo back in for Costa Rica. Jeffney Anderson back in as well. Nice ball movement there by Bahamas again.
Número 13, Joseph.
Joseph scores, and it's 29-9. Quesada. Nice pass finding Abel Joseph.
Anotación para el número 13, Joseph.
Joseph has 6 now. And a nice job by Quesada throwing it off of the defender
Marcador, Bahamas 31, Costa Rica 9. Score.
to keep the possession.
Bahamas 31, Costa Rica 9.
Be surprised with Simmons going out. He's a bigger body at 6'3", and really has some presence down low to be so short.
Conejo, nice find to Umanya. Umanya gets the defender in the air and draws the foul. That's going to be on Eugene Bain, his first. $7:15 to play, second quarter.
Falta para el número 9 de Bahamas, 20. Balón para Costa Rica.
Three-pointer on the way from the corner, airballed. It was about 2 feet too long. Now Bain has trouble with it, gets it to 8. Deshaun Taylor on the drive, and he shuffles the feet. Taylor ran into the defense and took some steps and turns it over. Conejo up ahead to Martinez. Martinez attacks.
2 puntos más
scores.
para Costa Rica. Número 12, Martínez.
Joseph to Bain. Bain's going to draw the foul. That's going to be on, I believe, Quesada. Correction, it's going to be on Umanya. First foul on Umanya. Bain misses both free throws. It remains 31-11. Martinez for 3. Rebound tipped, but controlled by Bahamas. Abel Joseph in traffic. Gets it ripped out of his hands as he went through the lane. Now Ayton forced the miss. His hand was up above the square on that. And now a travel against Bain.
Balón a favor de Costa Rica.
That was a very nice contest by Ayton there. Going up to block the shot, but more importantly, he was just a presence that altered the shot. So that's just as good.
Yeah, sometimes those shot blockers, they don't necessarily get as many blocks as they could. They might only have 3 or 4 in a game, but how many shots do they alter?
Yes.
And might alter another 10.
Yes. So if there was a stat for that, he could use that to get a triple-double because he's altered a lot of them this game.
Cox on the right wing. Now Ayton gives it up to Burrows. Now Joseph, 2 to shoot, now 1. Throws it up at the bucket. And it goes out of bounds. It'll be Costa
Balón
Rica
a favor
ball.
de Costa Rica.
Umanya, high right side, finding Conejo. Gives it up underneath to Umanya, but the pass a little bit too far, and that's going to be Bahamas ball. Kentuan Smith back on now for Bahamas.
Balón a favor de
And
Bahamas.
Costa Rica gets Rohel Wilson back into the game as
Ingresa con
a
el número 8,
response.
Smith.
Umanya sits down. Biggest problem I see with DeAndre Ayton is he can't remember to tuck his jersey in. Cox on the right wing, driving, has it swatted away by Conejo. And then Jerron Burrows commits the foul.
Balón para Costa Rica.
First foul on Burrows. Sure they get all the moisture off the floor after a couple of players went down. Pressure in the backcourt from Joseph on Conejo. Now Conejo finding Martinez in the corner. Martinez shoots it up over Burrows. Great defense by Burrows. Ayton altered another shot. Didn't even have to jump to do it. And now Quesada strikes from 3-point range. Good patience by the Costa Rican offense there.
2 puntos más para Costa Rica. Marcador. Bahamas 31,
Hopefully that
Costa
shot
Rica
can get
14.
Quesada going.
Score,
Started off on
Bahamas
fire
21,
yesterday.
Costa Rica 14.
Another turnover by Bahamas, but a foul called. That's going to be on Burrows. It'll be his second.
Yeah, the Bahamas points in the paint. They're leading 18-8. That's something that Coach Erickson has to see, or even some of his assistants to mention to him. Maybe they need to go to a zone, pack the middle somehow. But that seems to be the bread and butter for the Bahamas right now.
Bahamas bench outscoring Costa Rica's bench 11-4 as well. Now Ayton's got it again. Oh, pretty pass from Ayton to Joseph.
2 puntos más para Bahamas. Número 13, Joseph.
Ayton tallied 1 assist so far, so let's see what that part of the game has to offer for him.
Boy, he saw that help come over and hit the cutter right down the lane. right in stride, and that led to the easy bucket for Bahamas, 33-14. Now Anderson, a pretty jump shot from the wing.
Para Costa Rica, el número 15, Anderson.
It just goes to show that Ayton, his IQ is far more vast than what we have seen so far, and as he continues to play, we have the opportunity to even see more.
Joseph's outside jumper rattles out. And here comes Costa Rica. 3:10 to play second quarter. Martinez into the lane, bumped by Burrows. And that's going to be the third foul on Jerron Burrows. So Nesbitt will replace Burrows. Beg your pardon, Nesbitt's going to replace Ayton.
That's pretty surprising. Hasn't not too long came back in.
Yeah, I think he only played maybe 5 minutes this quarter. Of course, with his team up 33-16.
It may have just been a situation where he wanted to get some other guys in and just rest him for a little bit, because the margin of they are up 31-17. Although Costa Rica's kind of closed that lead in.
Starting to get a little frisky.
Yeah, so you got Coach Keith. He might want to watch that a little bit.
Anotación para Costa Rica, un punto más para Martínez. Marcador, Bahamas, 33. Costa Rica, 18.
Another miss by Bahamas and another rebound for Costa Rica. They trail by just 15 now. Costa Rica on a 16-6 run since the latter stages of the first quarter. That one falls in.
Anotación para
And
Costa
it's
Rica.
33-20.
Número 15, Anderson.
Mario Boleg wants his team to get into the offense. Swing it around the outside. Jumper no good, and a big rebound there for Nesbitt. Now Abel Joseph kicks it out. Taylor for three. Bang! Big shot
De 3.
by Deshaun Taylor.
Número 6, Taylor para Bahamas.
Lead back to 16, 36-20.
20. Score, Bahamas, 36. Costa Rica, 20.
That foul's going to be on Deshaun Taylor, his second.
Cambio, ingresa el número 14, Cooper.
Leon Cooper comes back on for Bahamas.
A la línea de
Understood
tiro
that
libre,
phrase
número
by the
12,
public address
Martínez.
announcer. Cambio. It's exchange or trade or substitute.
Primera anotación para Martínez.
Learned that one
Desde
in
la
the
línea de
airport.
Tiro libre.
Trying to cambio US dollars.
It's interesting being down here. When I was in high school, I took 3.5 years of Spanish, and then in college, I took a year.
Anotación para
But I haven't
Martínez.
used it a lot, so a little bit rusty.
3 puntos en este
But just being
partido.
down here, I forgot how much fun it is actually, and have picked back up on some things and some phrases and some conjugations since I've been here.
Nesbitt's outside jumper no good. Rebound tapped and then fought for and won by Bahamas. Good effort there by Deshaun Taylor. Cooper attacking the basket, and that falls in.
Anotación para el número 14, Cooper.
Nice drive from the right side, and he slithered his way in there and somehow got that ball up to the backboard.
38.
Quesada driving baseline. Kicks it out. 3 on the way. Anderson, I beg your pardon, that was Martinez.
Anotación para Bahamas, número 15.
Tyron Cox scoring there to make it 40-22. And another turnover. Seems like Bahamas let Costa Rica go on a little bit of a run. They got it down to 13, and it's back up to 18 now, 40-22. Ledford coming into the game for Costa Rica as K. Martinez sits down. I never took Spanish, never had any exposure to it. My second language, took 3 years of French in high school and a year and a literature class in French in college. And so my first exposure to Spanish, got thrown into it in Mexico City last year, coming down for the Fiba Americas Championships, and then Venezuela last month. And it's kind of funny, you can kind of sit and listen to a conversation, and if you understand the context of the conversation, you might pick up one word that will give you the context, and then once you understand the context of the conversation, you can start to pick up words and phrases when you hear something that might sound similar to a French word or an English word, and start to pick it up that way.
Yeah, you definitely, it's a little easier to understand listening than it is to actually speak it.
Yes.
So, but it does help to know what, someone may be saying.
Last time in the airport in Caracas, had a chance to try to speak some Spanish with some of the players.
Balón a favor de Bahamas.
Bahamas ball as we return to the action. 40-22, inside of a minute to play, 41.6 to be exact, as Cooper gets tied up on the floor. Ball will remain with Bahamas. Cooper to inbound. Antoine Smith has it, working on George Ledford. Nice little up and under move, misses the shot badly though. Nesbitt grabbed the rebound. Shot clock did not reset as he never hit the rim. And then Deshaun Taylor travels. It's one of those travels where the player wants to make that move every time, and every time it's going to be called a travel. Catch that on the outside and you take that step. Three, that's good. George Ledford strikes from long range. Makes it 40-25, lead back down to 15. Approaching 10 seconds to play in the half. Kentuan Smith hounded in the corner by Quesada. And that's going to be a 5-second violation. Great defense by Quesada.
Quesada's that warrior again, and he's helping his team to cut this lead short and put them in a position to come out in the second half and possibly compete.
Joshua Erickson calls timeout for Costa Rica with 3.9 seconds to play in the second quarter. This is the 2016 Centrobasket Championship live from Panama City. What was that gal asking you? What's she talking about? Or did you have no idea?
I didn't. She told him, so.
Back at Roberto Duran Arena in Panama City for the 2016 Centrobasket Championship. Second day of play, first game of the day. We've got 3 more following this one. We are just about at halftime here with Bahamas on top of Costa Rica, 40-25. Costa Rica ball following the timeout by Erickson. And now Simmons from just past half court. Missed the mark, and we go to halftime with Bahamas on top, 40-25. This is the 2016 Centrobasket Championship live from Roberto Duran Arena in Panama City.
Marcador del partido, 40 puntos Bahamas, 25 Costa Rica. Score, Bahamas 40, Costa Rica 25.
There you get a look at some of the statistics. Shooting-wise, Bahamas 53% from 2-point range. Costa Rica just 29%. Neither team shooting very well from a 3-point range. Bahamas with the rebounding advantage, 30-17, including 10-3 on the offensive glass. Bahamas bench outscoring Costa Rica 40-25. That's not right. Our stat program a little wonky here. 9 turnovers apiece. Abel Joseph leading the way with 8 points for Bahamas. K. Martinez has 8 for Costa Rica. Ayton had 7 in the first quarter, did not tally any more points or rebounds after his 7 points and 5 rebounds in the first quarter. Castrillo has 4 boards for Costa Rica.
Nesbitt off the bench, 4 rebounds. Definitely contributing. Their bench play has been terrific so far.
Burrows with 3 fouls in that first half. No one else in the game with more than 2. Going to look at some of the highlights from our first half as we run down the leading scorers. For the Bahamas, Carey has 2, Taylor 3, Jean Cadeau 2, Kentuan Smith 3, DeAndre Ayton 7, Jerron Burrows has 2, David Nesbitt has 4, Abel Joseph 8, Leon Cooper 5, and Taryn Cox has 4. For Costa Rica, Daniel Simmons 3, George Letford 3, Carlos Quesada has 3, K. Martinez 8, Marcos Castrillo 4, and Jeffney Anderson has 2. That gets us to 40-25 at halftime. Bahamas leading Costa Rica, first of 4 games on the day. Antigua and Nicaragua up next at 3 o'clock. This is the 2016 Centrobasket Championship, live from Roberto Duran Arena in Panama City.
Nos preparamos para la segunda parte del encuentro entre Bahamas y Costa Rica. Marcador, Bahamas 40, Costa Rica 25. Score, Bahamas 40, Costa Rica 25. Iniciamos el tercer periodo.
Welcome back to Roberto Duran Arena in Panama City for the 2016 Centrobasket Championship. First game of the day just underway here in the second half. It's the Bahamas on top of Costa Rica, 40-25. Conejo high off the glass, can't get it to fall in. There's a rebound by Ayton. Gets tipped out of bounds. It'll stay with Bahamas. Ayton ended up only playing 12 minutes and 27 seconds in that first half, but then again, nobody on Bahamas played more than 14 minutes. As Mario Boleg used all 12 of his players. Abel Joseph gets into double figures now. He's got 10. Now some pressure by Bahamas. Costa Rica does a nice job of breaking it. Martinez on the attack, missed. But then a foul, I believe that's going to be on Nesbitt. Beg your pardon, that's going to be on Taryn Cox. That'll be his first.
A la línea de tiro libre, el número 8, Simmons.
Lewis, if you're Joshua Erickson for Costa Rica, you've got to be pleased with the way your team responded in that second quarter. They outscored Bahamas 19-13 after trailing in the first quarter 27-4.
I think that gave them a little bit of hope. As a coaching staff, I definitely would be kind of excited because earlier on in the game it seemed like it was over.
Costa Rica 27.
Nesbitt working his way underneath. Tough reverse basket against a pair of defenders.
Dos puntos más para Bahamas. Del número 12, Nesbitt.
And the pressure results in a turnover. Taryn Cox misses the layup. And then Kentuan Smith commits the foul.
Falta del número 8.
Boy, that was a bad break there for the Bahamas. Had an easy layup off of the turnover, missed, and they commit a foul. Martinez driving up over Ayton, shot blocked. That was Nesbitt on the block, I believe. It was either Nesbitt or Kentuan Smith. I didn't see who had it. Smith for three, bang! Kentuan Smith drains the long-range shot. And another turnover. Taryn Cox this time fouled by Isaac Conejo.
Falta del número 5 de Costa Rica.
Lead back up to 20. Costa Rica had it down to 13. Now Castrillo on for Costa
Ingresa con
Rica.
el número 14, Castrillo.
He replaces Conejo. Right, and then an offensive foul on Nesbitt. He pushed K. Martinez, and on Nesbitt, that's going to be foul number 2.
Guys that set those screens, they really have to be mindful because it's such a delicate thing, and you might have just a slight tad bit of movement, and they'll still make that call.
Well, not only was he moving, he came up, never stopped, shoved the player, and then went back in the other direction. That was an easy call to make. Simmons handing it back to K. Martinez. Simmons on the block. Help comes over. Quesada open for three, short. And a foul on K. Martinez as he was challenging Abel Joseph for the rebound. On Martinez, that'll be foul number 3.
Martinez. Balón a favor de Bahamas.
Nesbitt gets it to Kentuan Smith in the paint. Pretty pass, and Kentuan Smith gets fouled. That's going to be on Carlos Quesada, and that'll be his first foul.
Falta para el número 10, su primera en el partido. A la línea de tiro libre, el número 8 de Bahamas.
Smith short on the free throw. Tell that one, as soon as it left his hand, it was going to be a little too strong. Nesbitt, though, the rebound, and a 3 on the way. No good. Tip wouldn't fall in. Quesada tries to save it, but steps on the baseline before he made contact with the ball. So that's going to be Bahamas' ball with 14 on the shot clock.
Balón a favor para Bahamas.
Quick pass into DeAndre Ayton. That's his first bucket since the first quarter. He's got 9 now to go along with 6 rebounds.
DeAndre Ayton.
Bahamas 4 of 5 from the floor this quarter. Martinez now for 3. That looked like it was going to be good. The tip from Anderson wouldn't go. Gets it again. Boy, Costa Rica bulking up on the offensive rebounds on that possession. Unfortunately, it didn't result in points. 3 on the way from Joseph, and that's good.
Bahamas relentless in their attack starting this second half.
Lead back to 23, 50 to 27. Outscoring Costa Rica 10 to 2 to start off this third quarter. Castrillo, the putback. Somehow that doesn't fall in, and Ayton wipes it off the rim. You can do that in Fiba play.
That ball goes off the knee of Smith.
Cambio para Bahamas, entra el número 4 y el
It's
número 9.
Costa Rica's ball.
Cambio para Costa Rica. Ingresa con el número
Substitutions
13.
now. Roel Wilson comes on for Costa Rica. Michael Carey on for Bahamas. Eugene Bain as well. Now some pressure by Bahamas. Get it up to Daniel Simmons. He gets it up over Ayton. Ayton actually got a piece of that. That's how strong Daniel Simmons is.
You see when Daniel Simmons reached the basket, there was a couple of thoughts that went through his head when he saw Aiken. But he still was able to manage to get it up there.
Big mismatch as Simmons guards Ayton, and an offensive foul. It's going to be on DeAndre Ayton. That'll be his first foul. Boy, they had the 6'11" Ayton matched up on the 6'3" Daniel Simmons, and they weren't able to get him the ball. Now more pressure by Bahamas. Pass stolen by Ayton. That leads to another easy layup attempt by Bahamas and another miss. It's the third layup that they've missed. Now Castrillo trying to go underneath Ayton, hits the backboard. It goes out of bounds, and that will be Bahamas ball. Another shot impacted by DeAndre Ayton. And I think he's going to have a number in every column on the stat sheet. You know, he's got an assist or two. He's got a steal. Certainly has blocked shots, points, and rebounds. Am I missing anything? He's got a foul.
Let's hope he doesn't get any in the turnover column.
Did he have any in the first half? Let's see. DeAndre Ayton. He did have one turnover in. No, he didn't have a turnover in the first half. He had 3 blocks. Now another foul on Ayton. That'll be his second.
It's one of those calls I would love for the referees to kind of allow the guys to play a little bit. They both were going after the ball. And
a la línea de tiro libre,
they
con
got
el
8
número
on
8,
that call.
Simmons.
Bahamas over the limit, so Simmons will go to the free throw line.
Anotación.
Simmons
Primera anotación
scores
para
his
Simmons
8th
desde
point.
la línea de tiro libre.
Costa Rica 80% from the free throw line. Simmons hits them
Segunda
both.
anotación para Simmons desde la línea de tiro
He
libre.
is 5 of 5 from the free throw line. He's got 9 points to lead Costa Rica. K. Martinez has 8.
Cambio para Bahamas, ingresa con el número
Now
5,
Ayton
Munnings.
will sit down with 5:06 to play in the third quarter. Munnings comes on. Now some pressure in the backcourt by Costa Rica from Rohel Wilson. Munnings drives baseline, throws up the circus shot, no good. Rebounded by Cadeau, but he gets fouled from behind. That's going to be on Daniel Simmons, and that'll be his 3rd foul.
Hey, black, black, black.
Falta del número 8, su tercera en el partido.
Open jumper rattles out, and the rebound by Martinez. Quesada to his right. Roel Wilson just about had that one go in. Now here comes Carey exploding to the basket, can't get it to go. Bain the follow, gets it blocked. And I believe they're going to get K. Martinez. Beg your pardon, that's going to be on Daniel Simmons, and that's going to be the 4th foul on Simmons. Now George Letford comes on in place of Marcos Castrillo. Simmons will sit down, replaced by Andres
Cambio
Umania.
para Costa Rica, ingresa el número 6, Umaña. A la línea de tiro libre. Bahamas.
So Bain to the free throw line. Bahamas shooting just 6 of 14 from the stripe,
Anotación.
but that one goes in for Bain. 53-31. Second free throw off the mark. Martinez ahead to Quesada, back to Martinez. Nice job by Costa Rica to break that pressure. Wilson finding Quesada. And that's going to be an offensive foul on Quesada. No, beg your pardon. He signaled that the shot went in. I thought he was signaling the offensive foul the other way. And instead he was using his arm to show that the shot went in. That's a good call. Definitely a foul. From my angle, of course the TV was a little clearer. From my angle, it looked like the official was signaling with the fist. Quesada completes the three-point play.
Anotación para Quesada, número 10 de Costa Rica.
He's got 6 now. 53-34. Jean Cadeau.
Falta del número 10, Quesada,
Fouled
a la
by
línea de
Quesada.
tiro libre, Bahamas.
So Cadeau will go to the free throw line with his
Costa Rica 34.
pink shoes.
Score, Bahamas 53. Costa Rica 34.
Did you ever play with any pink shoes or any
Punto para Bahamas.
laces or colorful headbands or anything like that when you played?
I was just about to mention that when you first mentioned his shoes. Back when I played, the colors like they do it today, we tried to match everything. But now the matching, it doesn't even matter. It's more of, especially with some guys, the brighter the shoe or the, extravagant, the more extravagant the color, the better.
Kind of sets you apart from everything else that does match.
Yes. I mean, even in the NBA game, there's not a lot of, rules surrounding that. There are some rules, however, I do see some guys with some different colors.
Boy, back-to-back turnovers. Bahamas lazy getting the ball in bounds. Yeah, with all the shoe deals, as Martinez hits the three-pointer. With all the shoe deals and everything else that players have, plus footwear is so individual and unique that you can't really restrict a player from what he puts on his feet, because the player really relies on that. You can say you can't wear a pink headband, but the shoes, man, that's their bread and butter. You can't mess with the shoes.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's probably, if you're going to set some rules with colors, that's the least of worries there. I think it should be more on everything else, as far as dress code and different things like that. But like you said, definitely with the shoes, if your feet don't feel good, your game's going to be a little off.
Yep.
Point. Para el número 14, anotación para el número 14, Cooper.
So Bahamas stops the bleeding a little bit there after a couple of very sloppy turnovers in the backcourt. Quesada, that's a long two. Quesada has 8. 3 on the way at the other end, no good. Big rebound there by Cadeau. Gets it to Bain, and Bain's fouled on the way up. Lead back down to 15.
A nice drop back pass in close quarters. It just shows you how those offensive rebounds can lead to big points for your team.
That foul was on K. Martinez. That's his 4th. So Martinez and Simmons each with 4.
Costa Rica has outscored Bahamas 14-4 in the last nearly 7 minutes in the third quarter.
They also outscored Bahamas 19-13 in the second quarter. But trailing by 23 points after 1 quarter is proving difficult to come back from. So Martinez sits down. Alonso Sanchez comes in, and now another foul called as Munnings goes up for the shot. That's going to be on Andres Umania, his 3rd.
Falta para el número 6, Quesada, su tercera en el partido.
Burrows has 3 for Bahamas, no one else with more than 2. Bahamas continuing their poor shooting from the free throw line. Eugene Bain, 1 of 7, now 1 of 8 from the stripe. Quesada attacks with the right hand off to square it in. Pretty drive by Quesada.
The warrior.
Inside of 2 minutes to play now, third quarter. Lead back down to 13. And it goes off of Quesada. It will remain with Bahamas with 11 to shoot. And a timeout called. Mario Boleg wants to talk things over. Minute 52 to play, third quarter. This is the 2016 Centrobasket Championship live from Panama City.
Tiempo fuera para Bahamas, timeout Bahamas.
.150 to play, third quarter, 11 on the shot clock for Bahamas, following the ball out of bounds off of Quesada. Bahamas wants to make 5 substitutions before this play. Nesbitt, Joseph, Smith, Ayton, and Cox all come back on. So a line change, as it
Balón
were.
para Bahamas.
Joseph getting it into Nesbitt. Nesbitt faking. Joseph gets the defender in the air. Now gets the shot blocked. 3 on the way, no good. Ayton could not grab the rebound. Coming up on a minute 30 to play, third quarter. Lead down to 13. Quesada around Letford. Pops for 3. Missed it right. Nesbitt fighting for the rebound. He's grabbed from behind by Roel Wilson. And he'll draw the foul. That's the second on Wilson. So we'll go back to the other end to shoot some free throws. Bahamas 10 of 24 from the free throw line in this game. 42%. Costa Rica 10 of 12.
Wilson a la línea de tiro libre, Bahamas.
Bahamas doinks another one.
Bahamas 10 for 25 from the free throw line. Just imagine if they made maybe half of those. This lead would be at 20.
Nesbitt makes the second. Letford, Quesada, as Costa Rica breaks the pressure. Quesada for 3, just short. Ayton skies for another rebound. That's his 8th to go along with 9 points. Cox gets bumped. That'll be on Wilson. That'll be his 3rd.
Falta del número 13 de Costa Rica a la línea de tiro libre, Bahamas.
Cox gets the free throw to go in. Hey, that's 2 in a row for Bahamas.
15, Cox. 5 puntos en el partido de hoy.
Got enough devices there?
Oh man, you know, just gotta stay ready.
My partner Louis Shine, he's got his iPad out, he's got his phone, he's got his laptop.
Marcador, Bahamas 59, Costa Rica 43. Score.
And a turnover in the backcourt following the pressure.
Costa Rica, 43.
45 seconds to play. Joseph giving it up underneath to Nesbitt, and he draws the foul. I believe that's going to be on Quesada. It is. No, beg your pardon. That's going to be on Letford. And that's the first foul on George Letford.
A la línea de tiro libre. El número 12 de Bahamas, David Nesbitt.
Another missed free throw for Bahamas.
Missed free throws in this game probably won't mean anything by the time the end of the game comes, just because they've had a large margin of they've been leading for most of the game. But when you get to playing some of those other teams, the Puerto Ricos, the Panamas, Dominican Republic, that's where it can come into play. And those missed free throws can really expose them.
Bahamas weren't bad in the first game. They shot 26 of 36 as a team for 72%, so maybe this is just an anomaly.
Right now they're at 14 for 30 for 47%.
Sanchez, and a shot clock violation. 1.9 to play in the third quarter. Bahamas on top by 17. Costa Rica's gotten it down to 13 on a couple of occasions, but have not been able to get closer. Nesbitt from past half court, and the third quarter comes to an end. Bahamas on top 60 to 43. Back with fourth quarter action in just a moment.
Y Costa Rica en el Centrobasket 2016. Marcador: Bahamas 60, Costa Rica 43. Score: Bahamas 60, Costa Rica 43.
That guy's sitting right behind us.
That's funny.
Back in Panama City, we head to the fourth quarter of our first game of the day. Bahamas on top of Costa Rica, 60 to 43.
Inicia el cuarto periodo. Balón para Bahamas.
Three more games
Costa Rica 43.
on tap.
Bahamas 60.
Ayton scores again. He's got 11 to go along with 8 rebounds. I'm sure he'll grab a couple more of those.
just a power move on the inside. You know, once he got the ball, he knew exactly what to do, and he knows how to position his body to get that ball in that basket.
Para el número 12, Martínez de Costa Rica.
Bahamas ended up outscoring Costa Rica in that third quarter, 20-18. But really, after that first quarter, Costa Rica has outscored Bahamas. Ayton for three, short. Our upcoming games today at 3 o'clock local time, as Martinez misses the three. 3 o'clock local time is also 3 o'clock Central Time in the USA. 4 o'clock Eastern Time, it'll be Antigua and Nicaragua. Both of those teams looking for their first win. Then at 5:45, Mexico making its tournament debut. The tournament favorites will take on Virgin Islands. And then at 8 o'clock, Puerto Rico playing its first game in the tournament will take on the host nation of Panama. We will have all those games for you right here live. Hope you can join us. Eager to see the team from Mexico after they were upset last year in the FIBA Americas tournament, won by Venezuela. Nesbitt misses, but Cox tracks it down and then poked away from behind. Slick play there by George Letford. Oh my goodness, what a block there by Taryn Cox. Kentuan Smith, high arcing jumper won't go, and then Nesbitt gonna commit the foul. I hope we get another look at that block by Taryn Cox. Here it is, Cox. He got way up. Little body contact, but he swatted all ball.
Reminds me of a player, one of my favorite players by the name of Shannon Brown. He used to, when he played for the Lakers, he used to get up and just wait for the guy to get there and block it. Great block.
Quesada, three-pointer missed. Rebound for Nesbitt. Pull-up jumper is good for Taryn Cox, and he's got 8. Costa Rica has missed 5 straight three-pointers. And it's now a 20-point spread again. Conejo tries to bounce it into Quesada. But a steal by Bahamas and an easy bucket for Abel Joseph. He's got 15 now. He leads all scorers. Shot was blocked. I think that was Nesbitt, but Ayton was also there. I think Nesbitt got it with the right hand. If he didn't, Ayton would have had it with the left. Bahamas foul on Abel Joseph, his second. Now Cox will sit down. Carey will come on. Daniel Simmons came in for Quesada for Costa Rica. Simmons playing with those 4 fouls. Kentuan Smith couldn't finish the drive, but Carey gets the rebound and Bahamas resets. Again, they've got Ayton being guarded by Simmons. Nice give back to Smith, but he misses the dunk. That's about the 4th shot that Bahamas has missed. And another block by Ayton. Boy, Costa Rica, 3 of their players didn't bother running up the court on that last possession.
Número 4, Carey, point for Bahamas. Number 4, Carey.
Michael Carey scores. He's got 4 now. Back to a 24-point lead.
Score, Bahamas 69, Costa Rica 45.
That's 7 blocks on the day so far for the Bahamas, while Costa Rica doesn't have one.
I think Ayton's got 4 of them. Ayton goes up, jams it home with 2 hands on the break. Pretty assist from Abel Joseph. Ayton goes up and thunders it home. And Joshua Erickson wants timeout. His team trails 71-45 now. This is the 2016 Centrobasket Championship live from Panama City.
El que he hecho antes no, estoy con ya la última, esta me tiene que funcionar. Y si no hay que cambiar el cable entero nuevo desde aquí hasta allá.
(71-45) as we come back to the action here. 6:09 to play in the 4th quarter. First of 4 games on the day. Coming up at 3 o'clock, it'll be Antigua and Barbuda against Nicaragua as those 2 teams try to find their first win. One of them will. Then at 5:45, Mexico and Virgin Islands. Tournament favorite Mexico making its tournament debut. Nice lob inside, but the foul is called. That's the second time I've been fooled by him signaling that the shot went in, thinking that he was calling an offensive foul. So Ayton scores off of the alley-oop, draws the foul. That's on Anderson, his second.
This is one thing that I was waiting for the Bahamas to recognize, that they have a 7-footer on their team. And there's been a number of times down the court where he's been signaling for them to throw the ball up, and nobody looked his way. So to see this last play where he actually got the ball where he wanted to was a big deal.
Look at the wingspan on that young man. Oh, my goodness. Great defensive pressure by Bahamas. And if they hadn't turned it over, it would have been a shot clock violation. Gets it back to Ayton. Great play there by Abel Joseph. Ayton fouled on his way up. He's got 16 points and 8 rebounds. Foul's going to be on Alonso Sanchez.
Falta del número 7 de Costa Rica. Sánchez, su segunda en el partido de hoy.
Ayton's got a nice free throw stroke too for a big man.
Yes, I think he's wise beyond his year as far as the game of basketball.
I agree. He doesn't look like he's, especially defensively, he doesn't look like he's caught looking around wondering where he should be, as you sometimes see young players do.
I'd be interested in learning a little more about his background in terms of, who he grew up around, at what age did he start playing. Because normally when you see 6'11" players in their 17. They're still in their teenage years. There's a lot of development that hasn't happened. I mean, of course,
they look very raw.
Yeah. And, of course, we can't count guys like LeBron James and those kind of Kevin Garnett when he came out of Farragut Academy. Those guys were in similar boats as Ayton.
Another block for Ayton. And a nice outlet pass as well. Maybe not quite so nice, as it ended up being a turnover. But he had the right thought. It's just a little too far. Now Castrillo has to shoot it up over Ayton, and that one goes in. 76-49. Ayton for three. Missed that one.
I mean, he has a nice shot. Some of those three-pointers that he shot has been short. That one's a little long, but I believe that that's a shot that he can hit. I think that it'll show itself, as we continue to watch the tournament this week.
And for a guy that size that has such a nice stroke, usually, guys with the longer arms they're all elbows, and the more they try to shoot a jumper, but he looks pretty fluid with his motion. And it's so effortless for a guy that size to shoot the ball from distance. And he's got such good form that if he develops that in his arsenal, forget about it.
Oh, yeah. I definitely like you said, he's just really fluent in his motions, and he doesn't, there's nothing that I've seen him do that looks hard for him.
Yeah.
I mean, he does it like he's been doing it for a very long time.
Rosic gets the free throw to fall in. He's got his first point on the game. Can't get his second. Taylor handing it to Carey. Now Cooper. Back out to Taylor for three. He hit one in the first half, cannot connect there. Sanchez has his pass deflect off of Cooper. And then a risky play by Travis Munnings jumping over the LED boards. Also a rail behind there. That's a scary play. You don't know what's on the other side. There might be a stool or a chair or something you can't see, and then all of a sudden you're beholden to gravity.
Yes, that's a hard play to make. That's something I've never done. But I grew up watching Dennis Rodman do it all the time.
Yeah. Rodman had no fear of anything.
No fear.
One of the great basketball pictures of all time, him parallel to the floor in a Bulls uniform, jumping out of bounds, grabbing a loose ball. I remember watching that game as it happened, thinking, oh my goodness. And then the picture in the paper the next day was just incredible.
Oh, yes. Craig, that's one of those guys that, there's been off-the-court things over the years and stuff like that, but that guy had a flat-out, uncontested desire for the game and his craft. And guys like that, I could be around them, could play for them, with them, anytime.
And he was a very smart player.
I heard a story one time about Dennis Rodman that someone asked him just some of the different training that he did. And after games, he would study film on Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan and watch how the ball would come off the rim. He watched their backspin. He knew that when they shot from a different spot on the court, if the ball didn't go in, he knew with a high percentage of where the ball would come off the rim.
Wow, I'd never heard that.
That's called a master of your craft.
Yeah. And he wasn't that huge of a guy either. I think he was, what, 6'8"?
6'8",
And very wiry. He wasn't a big, bulky guy.
Yeah,
Just great position, great timing.
Yes.
And if he couldn't get the rebound, he would tip it sometimes 2, 3, 4 times to himself.
Yeah, I love that guy. You know, just things like that. He knew the game. He had a high IQ. We were just talking about IQ a little bit ago with Ayton. High IQ, put in his work, and it's one of the things I'm so glad with him is the fact that he made the Hall of Fame. I think that was a tremendous honor, and I think if no other player, I'm so glad that he got in.
Hated him when he was with the Pistons, loved him when he was with the Bulls. Get a look at Joshua Erickson, head coach for Costa Rica. Team trails by 24. Sanchez misses the free throw. 2:18 to play in this first game of the day. Sanchez hits the second, and that's his first point. Romagna tips the rebound to Rohel Wilson.
See Ayton on the bench putting his shooting shirt on, so we won't see him in any more action tonight. However, he's one rebound shy of a double-double, which we know the coaches played him sparingly today. He only played roughly around 24.5 minutes, but him being that guy that would get playing time on a consistent roster, especially with college and potentially the pros coming up, I can see those double-doubles being a pretty consistent thing for him.
He actually played the most minutes on the Bahamian roster, 24.5 minutes. Abel Joseph, 23-43. Coming up on 1 minute to play in this one. Ayton, the leading scorer in the game with 18. Costa Rica, led by Daniel Simmons and Kay Martinez, each with 13. Carry up over Wilson. Probably could have been a foul called there. Three-pointer on the way, and that's good. Marcos Castrillo, he's been quiet in this one. Castrillo, one of the leaders yesterday for Costa Rica. Castrillo yesterday had 15 points.
Falta personal para el número 6 de Costa Rica, Andrés Umaña. A la línea de tiro libre por Bahamas, el número 14, Leon Cooper.
Speaking of a full game, Ayton, 18 points, 9 rebounds, 5 block shots. 5 of the 8 total block shots that the Bahamas had belonged to Ayton.
And oddly enough, the only category in which DeAndre Ayton failed to register a number, offensive rebounds. Didn't have any. He didn't need, along with 9 defensive rebounds.
He didn't need any. He put the ball in the hole pretty well today.
Of course, he didn't hit any three-pointers either. He was 0 for 2, so. 1.8 to play in this one. Bahamas up 82-58. They will go to 1-1 in group play. Costa Rica will fall to 0-2. Costa Rica tomorrow will play Mexico in the opening game of the day at 12:45. Bahamas will face a pretty good test in Dominican Republic tomorrow at 5:45. But it's a final. Bahamas defeat Costa Rica 82-58. This is the 2016 Centrobasket Championship live from Panama City. As we get a look at some of the numbers on this one, Bahamas 55% from the floor, Costa Rica 32%. Neither team very good from three-point range. Bahamas out-rebounding Costa Rica 56-34, doubling them up on the offensive glass.
Turnovers were pretty even. Bahamas 19, Costa Rica 17. Bahamas had 14 steals on the day.
Ayton leading in points and rebounds for Bahamas. Joseph had 7 assists. Martinez led Costa Rica with 13 points. As we run down all the scorers in this one, Michael Carey had 6 for Bahamas. Travis Munnings 2. Deshaun Taylor had 3. Jean Cadeau had 4. Kentuan Smith 7. Eugene Bain had 3. Ayton had 18, Burrows had 2, David Nesbitt 8, Abel Joseph had 15 to go along with 7 rebounds and 7 assists. Leon Cooper 6 and Taryn Cox had 8. Nesbitt also had 8 points and 2 blocked shots to go along with, beg your pardon, he had 8 rebounds and 2 blocked shots to go along with his 8 points. Everyone on the Bahamas roster scored in that game. For Costa Rica, Juan Rosic had 1, Alonso Sanchez had 1, Daniel Simmons had 13, George Letford had 3, Carlos Quesada had 10, K. Martinez 13 before he fouled out, Roel Wilson had 4, Marcos Castrillo had 9, and Jeffney Anderson had 4. There's Daniel Simmons getting one over Ayton. 3-pointer from Martinez.
The Warrior.
Carlos Quesada. Ayton from in close. 2 of his game-high 18 points. Blocked shot there by Taryn Cox. That was impressive.
Yes.
And now the dunk on the break by Ayton. Get another look at it here, right into your lap. Another alley-oop for Ayton. He was able to complete the and one following that play. Wilson off the glass. And the final score, 82-58. Our next game coming up at 3 o'clock. Antigua and Nicaragua will be back on the air at 2:50. Actually, they're going to put a little bit more time on the clock, so we will be back in about 7 minutes. For my partner, Louis Sean, I'm Craig Fada. So long for now. Panama City.